I don't know about you, but my parents always taught me that if I wanted something, I had to work for it. And that's a great theory, but an entrepreneur can totally take that to the next level. Hey, my name is Sailynn, and welcome to the Sailynn Show. I am on a mission to empower women entrepreneurs to build better businesses and live more fulfilling lives. I took that advice from my parents and I built a $1 million business in just 3 years. The problem was it was requiring me to work 80+ hour weeks in order to maintain that revenue level. And I did not know how to work any less and make more money and grow my business. So today I'm sharing with you my journey on how I fixed this problem, and I was able to go on to build a multi-million-dollar business, triple that business revenue, and also 4x my personal salary. So stay tuned. If you're a woman in business who is feeling the overwhelm, overwork, exhaustion, fatigue, you're doing all the things that all the gurus and the professionals and the coaches tell you to do, and you're just not feeling that sense of relief. You're having to maintain those high-level working hours, and no matter what you do, you're still struggling to grow your revenue. You're in the right place, because today I am going to give you exactly what you need to make that shift. There was a key point in my journey that shifted everything. I started my franchise business, which is a senior home care business in the healthcare industry, back in 2007. And I had caregivers out in the field working with seniors. And in 2010, which was 3 years after I started the business, I was actually working a shift for a client and had been for weeks, because we were desperate to maintain our revenue level. And I said yes to every single client because that's what I was taught to do. After a few weeks of doing this crazy 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. shift and then going to work my business all day, we finally found a caregiver in order to work that shift. I went there at 6 a.m. to introduce her to the client, and that is when everything changed. She called out sick for that shift. I completed that 3-hour shift, got in my car, and desperately cried to myself that something had to change. At that moment, I drew a line in the sand and I said, there is no going back, because after 3 years of working 80+ hours, I was done. Mentally, physically, and spiritually broken. And I knew that something had to change. This key shift almost immediately changed my mindset, which then turned into less working hours. Once I had that mindset shift, it was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I was no longer just going through the motions. I knew that something had to change, and this is what I did about it. Lucky for me, my mom's best friend was a business coach, and so she insisted that I meet with him, and I am so grateful to this day that I did. That one meeting with a business coach enabled me to get an outside perspective of all the things that I was frustrated, overwhelmed, and just could not see in my own little bubble. He clearly gave me that outside perspective that I needed, that literally turned that light bulb on and gave me that moment in business, gave me the insight that I needed to make some key shifts inside my business, which was the kickoff, a 2-year transformation inside my business in order to become a sustainable business. There was 3 valuable lessons that I learned during my transformation journey from those 80+ hour work weeks to reducing them to just 16 weekly. And today I am going to share those 3 lessons with you to help you on your journey of transformation. The first lesson that I learned was that moment of that sick call. I had to draw that line in the sand and say, no matter what, from today going forward, something is going to change. Sure, I had been trying things in the past. I felt like I had tried all the things, but it was that mindset shift that truly allowed me to draw that line in the sand and make that transition. And like I said, Once I did, I all of a sudden was working less hours because I was focused on the future and not just on the day-to-day chaos that I was feeling. The second valuable lesson that I learned was you need an outside perspective. If you've been going and working and you're not finding the life balance that you want, you have to do something differently. And that requires an outside perspective. And so for me, I was lucky to connect with a business coach. And so I invite you to connect with a mentor or a coach, someone that you can dump all of your frustrations and concerns and overwhelm in business on and get their perspective and advice and put a plan in place that is going to help you transform your business. The third and probably most important lesson that I learned during my 2-year transformative journey is there are going to be so many days where you feel challenged and overwhelmed. And it's like the universe is saying to you, do you really want to do the work to go through this transformation? Wouldn't it just be easier to going back to what you were doing? You're going to have those days during your journey that is going to challenge you. And you have to be laser focused on the mindset that you're not going back to that old way and the only way forward is through. That is so important. Never give up. Baby steps every day. This is a transformation that I now take my clients on in just 90 days. I don't want you to have to go through a 2-year transformation. I help my clients inside the Legacy Business School make this transformation in just 90 days with my proven unique system. So here's what you need to do to kind of start your own transformation. You really need to look inward and be honest with yourself. Are you providing the quality service of products that you really wanted? How are you truly feeling about your business journey? Are you open to really changing your mindset? And are you thinking outside that box? Those honest questions are going to start your transformation. Once you have that honest conversation with yourself, I want to invite you to join me in my free training where I'm sharing the 4 fundamental pillars of building a long-term sustainable business model structure. These 4 pillars are what allowed me to shift from those 80-hour weeks to just 16 weekly. And not only did I just reduce my hours, I was able to triple my business revenue in 4x my personal paycheck when I implemented these 4 fundamental business pillars. And I'm sharing all of this with you for free right now inside the Legacy Business Blueprint Masterclass. Inside of this masterclass, I'm giving you the steps that I took. It's a behind the scenes look at what I did during those 2 years, but I've compressed it all into a 90-day blueprint for you. You can watch this free training right now at www.passionpurposeposture.com/legacy business blueprint. And I've also linked it for you below inside of the description. So head there now to get this free transformative training that you can watch right away so you can draw your own line in the sand after watching and say, I'm moving forward. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, then I want to encourage you to like this video and subscribe to my challenge. My mission is truly to help women build better businesses so you can live more fulfilled lives. Every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, I release a new weekly training video. And I also want to help you. So in the comments, let me know what is your biggest business struggle right now? And I'll give you some information or advice on what you can maybe do to help yourself in business right now. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to live this one life you were given.